It's deflected, it's a chance, it's in.
What a goal.
Finally that deadlock is broken. Finally we have a goal. It is the scrappiest of opening goals. But it all counts. Still got the energy and he's still got the pace. They've gone the hard way round, but they have taken a 2-0 lead into the game.
Do you know what? It's a great day for cricket, isn't it? Beautiful, hot, sunny day here in Winchester. But we are here for the, well, it's the final match in the Army football season, the Army Cup final. It's the Army Challenge final, the very first, in fact, in history. Only the FA Cup itself is an older competition than this. So we are here at Winchester City FC tonight for live action. And do you know what? I reckon we're going to see loads of goals because over the last 10 years, it's been a goal fest. Well, if I tell you that at about 3 o'clock this afternoon, the pitch side temperature was well over 40 degrees here. There was some doubt about whether this final would take place today, but I'm delighted to say it is going to go ahead. Slightly later kick-off than we imagined. It was originally going to be 7 o'clock. It's now 7:30. And it's such a great honour and a great pleasure to welcome a true legend of Army football here, Keith Emerson, who's joining me this evening for commentary. And Keith, I know how you'll be feeling at the moment because you'll have been through all this before with the players, what they're going through. This Army final is so important, isn't it? Because as I heard at the top there, this is the second oldest current football cup competition in the whole world.
Yeah, it's crazy that this obviously is steeped in history, and the players will definitely be something that'll be discussed in their change rooms of how big this tournament is, what they've had to go through in the previous stages to get here in the final and to get their name and their unit on say that trophy that's going to sit there in history for years to come. Okay, we'll go through the two teams in a minute because of course we have this evening 2-3 Parachute Engineer Regiment up against 1 RHA, 1 Royal Horse Artillery. For the Engineers, it's their third final in 4 seasons, Keith, and for 1 RHA, their very first arrival in this final. So, you know, from both teams, really important, obviously, for the Engineers. They want to keep this incredible record going that they've had. And, of course, they are the cup holders from last year. But for 1 RHA, isn't it fantastic that they've made their way through to the final? Yeah, definitely. And this is what this tournament's about. It's the fact of that you've got units that probably are more favourite to get to their path to the final. Obviously, 2-3 Engineers have done that in the second consecutive year. But for 1 RHA, they'll be the underdogs going into this game, which also could mean that there's no pressure on them to play, where it'll be interesting how this will pan out, but obviously the weather's going to have a massive impact on that. We're getting a little bit of shade now, which is obviously going to help cool a little bit of the pitch down, ready for kick-off.
We've got a nice breeze actually just blowing across where we are here at Winchester. Both of these teams, Keith, they know how to score goals, don't they? Because they both got 17 goals in the build-up to this final so far. And so I think there's goals all over the pitch from both of these teams.
Yeah, unless you've just given us a commentary curse and then it ends up being a 1-0 in the 91st minute. So hopefully for everyone else who's obviously give up their evening to come watch a game, hopefully there is some goals for both teams.
Well, I think that curse was broken actually. That was the RAF finals the other day up at Oxford City. We said both the same thing, that both teams had scored lots of goals. And we did get lots of goals, so I'm confident that we'll get lots of goals tonight.
I'll hold you to that.
Okay, well, as far as the run to the final is concerned, well, 2-3 Parachute Engineer Regiment had a 2-0 victory to start with against the Light Dragoons. They then had a bye into round 2, and then an 8-0 victory over the Signal Regiment in round 3. The quarter-final, they beat 7 AVN CS Battalion Remy 3-1, and then in the semi-final, a victory against TTC Catterick by 4-1. So loads of goals for them. And as far as one RHA, well, one RSME, a 6-3 victory in round 1. They also then had a victory against 7 Para RHA, who of course were last season's beaten finalists, weren't they, by 3-2. A 3-1 victory against 1 RHA for 9 Regiment, and then 1 RHA beat 1 Lancs by 3-1 in the quarter-final, before a semi-final victory by 2-0 in against 1 Royal Welsh. So that's the way that they've reached this stage, and it's the very first time that this final has been played here at Winchester City on this artificial pitch. They're obviously missing Aldershot this time for the first time, and playing on this plastic pitch after such a hot day, that's going to be I think the ball's going to be sort of bouncing everywhere, isn't it?
It's going to be quite dry, so obviously that's going to have a little bit of an impact on how the game's going to go, but ultimately the good thing about playing on these kind of surfaces, you know the bounce is going to be true. People can't complain about any divots, so I'm sure some of the players will try and find an excuse today, but I can tell you from experience playing on this pitch that there aren't any divots, so it'll be interesting how the game goes.
There'll be no divots at all. Well, let's while we wait for the players to come out of the pitch, they'll be coming out at 22 minutes past, which should be in just the next couple of minutes. In fact, they're standing by to come out now. Gives us a chance perhaps to go through the two teams. And Keith, we'll start off with 2-3 Para Engineer Regiment, and they must start as favourites tonight simply because of their record so far. Obviously, their third final in 4 seasons, last year's holders, and they've got a lot of Army quality in their team. Yeah,
definitely, and just looking at their starting 11, the skipper Liam Silver played in the inter-services for the Army, and you've got another centre midfielder in Franklin Fitzmaurice as well, so they've got a lot of experience at representative level in their starting 11 today.
Yeah, I mean, Callum Vincent obviously stands out for me, UCAF player as well as Army, and so they have got quality all over the park, which I know is going to be of great value to them, and obviously to Sam Hunt. What's his nickname? He's got a different nickname, hasn't he? I think it's
probably not for broadcast.
Okay, we'll keep that one quiet then. It's not rude apparently, but I think he looks a bit like a certain England striker of the past anyway. And so that's them. They're obviously wearing their maroon shirts, which we've come to know so well from the last couple of finals. They're up against 1 Regiment Royal Horse Artillery, 1 RHA, and they've got a bit of quality in their team as well, haven't they, Keith? I think.
Yeah, they have, and obviously they beat one of the previous gunner teams, 7 RHA, so that's by no mean feats to beat them to get to the final.
So that's their team as well, led of course by their head coach Aaron Shirtliff, who we spoke to a bit earlier on. In fact, he's just walking in front of us now, obviously looking forward very much to the game that's going to be happening in a few minutes. The players just now going to be standing by obviously for the national anthem, but they will be introduced to the VIPs who are going to be out onto the pitch very shortly to greet them. They come out now. And amongst those VIPs, we've got Colonel David Jones, who's chair of the Army Football Association, with RSM Stefan Gloin, who is the 2-3 Para Engineer Regiment Regimental Sergeant Major, alongside Lieutenant Colonel Tony Richardson from 1RHA, and also Major General John Swift, who is the Vice President, of course, of the Army FA and the Assistant Chief of the General Staff. So they're now being introduced to the players. And in a moment they'll also be meeting the officials for the evening. That's referee tonight is Sergeant Ash Foster from 1 Mercian, with his 2 assistants, Captain Gaz Dunn from Remy and Sergeant Bri Russell from the Rams. And a little message to the GOAT from Bri Russell. So that's a little message for him. He wanted that, a special mention tonight, I think, to get his own back as much as anything else, Keith. So these are good moments for the players. At least they're not going to get cold, are they, standing by waiting for the kick-off?
No, definitely. They've been delayed 30 minutes, so I think they're probably just raring to go now. So once we get the introductions done in the national anthems, I'm sure both teams are going to be itching to get on the board as soon as possible. So
the VIPs take their leave, and it'll be time in a moment for the national anthem to be played here at Winchester City. As we look ahead to what hope will be an exciting Army final. Well, this is the 124th Army Cup final. As we said, it's the second oldest competition in the history of current football competitions, and it should have been the 125th, but I think there was a bit of an error made somewhere down the line when they got to the 100th. Actually, it was only the 99th. So, despite the fact that obviously we had COVID and we had a break, this is the 124th final. 2-8 Engineer Regiment, by the way, hold the record with the most victories in the competition, having won it 7 times. And it's old versus new tonight, obviously, with 23 Para Engineers up against the 1RHA. Now, a very special moment now as well, just as we introduce that before the match kicks off, that we've got 2 very special people coming out onto the pitch to present the match ball. Now, these are from Blind Veterans UK. They're members of Blind Veterans UK. Jules and Chris Lee. Jules Lee, ex-Royal Military Police, and Chris is ex-Adjutant General's Corps. Now, they've been very keen to stress they're not brothers, okay? Just brothers in arms. So they're now presenting the match ball, because you might have been a bit alarmed when the referee came out on the pitch without a match ball, but that's the reason. So a lovely moment here for Blind Veterans UK, and for Jules and Chris Lee to present the match ball to the players before kick-off. Just waiting for a moment for the photographs to be taken, the inevitable pictures. Very, very special moment for them. You can see that the 1RHA players in a bit of a huddle already, just gathering themselves. And I think it's probably fair to say, isn't it, Keith, that 2-3 will probably be favourites tonight with the quality that we know that they have on the pitch. But 1RHA, unknown, aren't they? Unknown quantity in terms of this level of a game. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, like you say, it's all right having the quality, but can you utilise and execute your game plan effectively in the final? Just looking at both teams, 1RHA look very, very strong and physical, so that might play into their team, especially looking at set pieces. They seem to be the bigger side out of the two.
Yeah, it's having their official photo taken as well. And but when you get to a final, it's not just about the honour of being in that final. You want to win this cup, don't you? You actually want to win this wonderful trophy. It's one of the biggest trophies I think there is in military sport, and it's a fantastic thing to win. So it looks like that 1RHA have won the toss, or they've certainly decided to kick off first, and that's Henry Dalen on the ball, and he's obviously going to play that ball back. Lots of quality in both of these teams, as we've said. So, going from left to right, it's 1RHA then in the blue and yellow, with 2-3 in their mauve strip. And a chance early on. Well, it was certainly worth a go, wasn't it, from Dale on there? He maybe had a bit more space than he thought he was going to have.
Yeah, they managed to play through the thirds quite quick, give him an opportunity, and I think he was a bit rash with it. I think if he realised he had a bit more time, he could have actually took the ball on to be one-on-one versus the keeper, but good start for 1RHA.
And just to let you know as well, because of the heats we've had today, there will be 2 drinks breaks throughout the course of each half. So after 15 minutes and after 30 minutes, the players will take a drinks break. And obviously, the welfare of the players very much important to do. And we don't want to see any players suffering from any kind of distress out there on the pitch. But the temperature has dropped quite dramatically, Keith, hasn't it, over the last half an hour or so, and this later kick-off for 7:30 is probably going to be a good move.
Yeah, definitely, and I think especially with the backdrop of the shade of the stadium's obviously helped as well, because now we've got a bit more cooler area, so which hopefully that'll take a little bit of the pressure off the players.
Liam Silver is the captain of the 2-3, and here's Gent gets a crossover. Collected by Tandy, Ashley Tandy. Does well on the edge of the box, gets the shot in. Saved by Alex Vasper. Getting a good early touch, always important for a goalkeeper.
Definitely, and I think Ash Tandy's going to be a lot of threat for the Engineers, so they'll look to get him on the ball and use his pace and his ability, especially in them wide areas.
There's Callum Vincent, another player who we can look out for, and putting straight away Tandy through on that right-hand side, gets the cross in. Bit of a defensive mix-up, they do get it clear in the end. But good attacking moves coming in from, and what a cracking goal! It's Liam Silver, the captain, who has put the ball in the back of the net. Early doors, we've only been playing, just over 2 minutes of this game, and already we have our first goal. And it's the Sappers who have the lead by 1-0.
Yeah, not renowned for his scoring ability, Liam Silver, but took his goal really well. Put a lot of pressure on outside the box, managed to regain the possession, and then took a touch by the defender and a great finish. But we just had one chance for the RHA, they didn't take it, and the Engineers have gone down the other end with their first chance and scored, so it's going to be small margins.
Yeah. What a start for 2-3 then, leading by 1-0, and we're so early on in this match. That's probably a benefit for the competition, the final itself, because this means that 1RHA are going to have to get into the attacking mode pretty quickly here. There's no room for messing around now. They're trailing by 1-0. And there's Dalon again. He's looking very lively on the ball. And a speculative shot there from Abby Gurung, which doesn't cause too much problem for the Sappers goalkeeper. Gets his first touch of the ball.
So the Engineers are definitely going to have the benefit of having 3 really seasoned centre midfielders with Vinny, Liam Silver and Fitzy. They'll always want to get on the ball, they want to play in, so 1RHA are going to have to stop that threat for playing before they start breaking through the lines.
Well, there was always a danger, wasn't there, for 1RHA that the quality of these Army boys was going to stand out. And we've already seen that, in fact, just in the move leading up to it. You know, that involved Callum Vincent and Ashley Tandy as well. So they've made a very good, put the perfect start really for the Sappers here. Leading by a goal to nil. If you're just joining us, you already missed the first goal, live here on our Forces News YouTube channel tonight, with our live coverage here from Winchester City FC of this Challenge Cup final, the 124th Challenge Cup final in Army football. Bit of a midfield thrash going on at the moment. Tomlinson challenging for it. Once again, it's Daylon, who's seen plenty of the ball in these first few minutes. One back well, though, by Silver. Starting how they mean to go on. Looking for to hold on to the famous old trophy that they won last season. Chance then for Richardson. Takes the shots, and that was worth a go. Made the goalkeeper work. Good shot there from Harry Richardson.
It's good that one RHA aren't just going to sit in. They're going to try and play through them as well. So it's shown that they have got quality in them forward areas that they can exploit when they need to.
Yeah, they can't afford to sit back, because they know, as now with Jordan Nicholas, that 2-3 are going to go on the attack despite their early goal. Adu tries to get Richardson into the game, but it's back right on the centre circle. Not panicking, they don't need to panic, but they don't need to give the ball away. Mitchell Smith getting his early touch of the ball. Goes out to Alex Williams.
The Engineers look very calm in possession, don't want to rush things. They'll pick their opportunities when they want to break, so very good in the build.
It's what happens when you get an early goal, isn't it? It just gives you that extra bit of confidence. Here's Williams. But I think Tandy just straight offside there, hadn't he? So it's actually quite a pleasant evening here, Keith. I mean, we're actually in the shade here on this side of the pitch. As you can see that the stand, which has got all the VIPs in, that is bathed in sunshine over there, and it'll be very bright as the sun goes down here. But at the moment there's one shadow just casting itself over the left-hand side of the pitch, as we see, as 2-3 bring the ball forward, but that's not going to work for them, and it's going to be a throw for one RHA.
So the Cutler Mace was getting a little bit scrappy, so I'm sure the Engineers are going to want to get the foot on the ball and just slow everything down to get back to their build.
Tomlinson. Oh, he's just caught offside there, Tandy, once more, but you could see what they were trying to do there. From here, he sprung the offside trap. It must have been very tight.
Yeah, I think if he held his run a little bit later, he would have been on. But good run from outside to win, and like I say, he's got a lot of quality, Ash Tandy, so it's something they're going to look to use, especially behind the back four.
Alex Vasper then with the clearance with the goal kick. And the players in the mauve and light blue challenging for again. Tandy going up for it. Williams going up for it. Ball goes out of play. That'll be a one RHA throw on that far side of the field. Nice control there from Richardson. And that was a bit of a holding, and the referee has pointed to the spot. Well, there was certainly a clear hold there on Henry Daylon, and referee Ash Foster says that is a penalty kick.
Yeah, I think centre half's got the wrong side of him. He's put his hand out, and obviously he's grabbed him, and instead of just letting go straight away, he's had a little tug, and rightfully so. Referees give a penalty. Although as a centre half, I would say that's soft.
Well, debatable, but it is a penalty, and it's going to be taken by the captain, Jamie Tom, the captain for them, who is Ferdinand Mills. So, such drama so early on in this cup final. Penalty's taken. Oh, and he's screwed it wide as well. Well, what an opportunity lost. Oh dear. I mean, that was not a good penalty, Keith.
No, he looked like he had a lot of confidence stepping up to it, and I don't know whether he's tried to give the keeper the eyes and he just misjudged the side foot, but not a great penalty, and something that one Irish here would have loved to kind of equal the score up and put a bit more pressure on 2-3, but just I'm very unfortunate that he's missed the goal completely.
So put it so far wide. If he'd had 2 goals, it probably wouldn't have gone in. And what can the Sappers do here then? Well, maybe the nerves got to him, but it was such disappointment then for 1RHA. They could have got themselves right back into this game, but as it stands, still 1-0 then to 2-3 Para Engineer Regiment. But they're pushing again, trying to get this equaliser on that left-hand side, with Adu being challenged for it, gets the cross in. And that's a really great turn, and a great shot, and a great save as well. So Henry Daylon with the shot, and Mitchell Smith makes the save. This is a really good response, actually, from 1RHE. The heads could have gone down, couldn't they, after not converting that penalty, but they've done really well there, Keith.
Yeah, they'll grow confidence in that, and I think the 1RHA midfield have settled now, so they want to get on the ball and they want to play, and they're doing well, especially going through Daylon. Daylon's proved that in the last couple of minutes he can be a real threat. So they're going to want to get the ball to him, and they want to get around him as much as they can so they can create some chances.
Let's say both of these teams have been scoring goals. 1RHA had a 6-3 victory in their second round match. Oh, given away. Well, what are you? The shot again, and that's another great save.
So I think 2-3 are going to be happy with this. They controlled the first couple of minutes, and they've looked to build, and they've got a little bit scrappy now, and 1RHA have capitalised a couple of opportunities now, so they'll gain confidence from that.
So their first corner of the game.
It's definitely a height difference between the 1RHA players compared to 2-3. Ball comes in.
Floated in.
It's a good delivery. Someone needs to get on the end of that and try and attack it.
And that was, it's hooked clear by Liam Silver, by the captain, straight down the other end of the pitch. So plenty of excitement in these opening.
He's trying for different range.
Well, keeper back off his line.
He came a long way out to sweep up, and Vinny got his head up early and realised he was on the 18-yard box. Just pity he just couldn't get enough power behind his shot. But
that's lovely control. Great control in from Daylon. Captain going through, looking to keep it in play, looking for some support. Was Mills, but didn't get it. But there's lots of room. Referee has
pulled it back for
held it back for the foul. Yeah. Henry Daylon looking very lively and very sharp.
Yeah, he has in the first few minutes. He's a good size. He's going to be a handful, and I think 2-3 engineers are struggling to deal with him currently. So that's something they're going to have to either stop the source, getting the ball into him, or defend him better. But he's been a good threat so far.
He certainly has. And that's Bombardier Henry. Played for the regiment and corps for over 6 years, so he knows his way around this pitch. As the free kick is floated in. Oh, that could have gone just about anywhere. Claim for handball is waved away by the referee. and that is going to be a goal kick. Well, I thought it had taken a deflection there, Keith, but it's gone for a goal kick.
It did look like it was corner ball, but I think the referee and the linesman have given it as a goal kick. But another good delivery from a set piece. It's obviously something they've been working on, and say 2-3 are going to have to defend it better. But while RHA will definitely take some positives from their set piece delivery so far.
Well, Daylon Henry just mentioned 6 years with the regiment. He's a massive fan of Arsenal, so he'd be a very happy chap at the moment. He would be even happier if it was 1-1.
Yeah, definitely. A long way left to play.
Here's Mills taking on a couple of players. Well, he was again looking for some support there, and he's been a bit frustrated so far since he missed that penalty, but and that's understandable. He is the team captain, leading from the front, looking for a bit more support up front there, because there's certainly the opportunities being created. You can't say that 1RHA couldn't be back in this game.
Yeah, they've definitely had a couple of opportunities, and I think the coach will be something positive that they're going to have to talk about. But it's, yet again, 2-3 Engineers are back on the attack again.
A fantastic ball. Goalkeeper comes for it and makes it well. But it's, again, lovely work then from Ash Tandy, chasing after that one. Brilliant ball through from the captain, from Liam Silver. Lovely control again from Adu. He's beaten off a couple of challenges, gets a low cross in, but it's snuffed out in the end. They're certainly just going for it, aren't they? 1RHA. A lot of gaps in the midfield as a result. Silver service so far from Liam, the captain. Again, a beautiful ball, but just offside once more. That's the third time that Ash Tandy's been caught in an offside position. Well, we've been playing now 15 minutes, so we are going to have our first stop, drinks break, and also cold towels as well for the players, because although the temperature has certainly dropped, it wasn't anything like it was earlier on. It's still pretty hot out there.
Yeah, definitely. That's the uniqueness of them 3G pitches, is that you will get a lot of heat and humidity is bouncing off on the bottom of the surface as well.
Talking of which, I think we've got a bottle of water. Maybe we can get a bottle of water for the commentators as well. So as we take this break, just replaying really the some of the action that we've seen. That early goal, which was scored by Liam Silver, but plenty of action at the other end as well, Keith. And to be fair, looking back at it, you know, 1RHA could certainly be could be level and might even be in front.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, let's say, the early stages that it was possession was from 2-3, and as the game got scrappier, 1RHA found themselves in the game, and like I say, they'll be really distraught that they've missed that penalty, but they'll definitely take some positives that they've created these opportunities. But it's all right creating opportunities, they've got to finish the action off, and that's something that their coach will be speaking to them now, is we've created these chances, we now need to put them to sword, and we need to convert that into goals. But
time and again, we've been seeing the same sort of moves that have led to the opportunities for the Sappers. You know, really started by Liam Silver, involving Tandy and Vincent as well. Very strong in midfield, as we expected them to be. So, you know, I'm pretty certain that they'll be delighted, really, that Aaron Shirtley, that Sam Hunt will be delighted with the way it is at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be interesting what this drinks break is going to do, whether it's going to take some of the tempo out of the game, and who's it going to benefit. Is it going to benefit both teams from a little bit of recovery, or is it going to take a little bit of the pressure out of the game so 2-3 can settle again? So 1RHA, probably the way they're playing, probably didn't want that drinks break, but obviously it's needed, for especially where the heat is, so the players needed that. But it's going to take some of the tempo out of the game that they're going to have to get restarted again.
So that restart just about to happen. If you're just joining us, welcome along to our live coverage here for the 2026 Army Challenge Cup final. That fabulous old trophy will be presented later on. but whose name is going to be on it come around 9 o'clock, 9:30 this evening. But here we go once more. That move down the right-hand side, and chasing after it is Tandy. Gets a long crossover, and on the end of it will be Jamie Tomlinson. Keeps it in play. Back to Vincent. Nice turn from Callum Vincent, then takes the heat out of it. Looks for the 1-2, but it's snuffed out by one RHA. Mandakuri, that's a great ball through. Goalkeeper has to come off his line.
Yeah, good starting position from the goalkeeper, read that well.
There's an awful lot of pace in this one RHA team, and again, lovely control from Daylon Henry, and he's still going. Ball goes through. Great shot and a great save as well. That was Richardson, Harry Richardson with the shot, but I think the flag had gone up for offside, is it?
No, I think a couple of the players have been quite outwardly spoken towards the referee with regards to a couple of the decisions, and rightfully so. Ash has pulled them in to have a quick chat with Vinny and the captain Liam to kind of explain that they can be frustrated, but they can't voice that in the way that they have. So good control from the referee, but yet again another chance from one RHA have shown that they're potent in attack at the minute.
Yeah, in fact, they do have the corner. This is their third corner then. Headed clear.
And that's a good delivery that time from one I've been praising for the last couple of deliveries they've had, so they'll be disappointed with that one.
Nice work from Manakure, but loses out. Well,
I think Ash was wanting it a little bit earlier, but I think if he checked his shoulder, he was actually onside, and he could have got on the end of that ball.
Here's K.E. Belfer, gets the ball back, plays it inside, and there's a good combination, good play.
And he's offside.
Offside just given, rounds the goalkeeper, gets taken out. In fact, the goalkeeper's come off worse, and there has Mitchell Smith.
Really brave from the goalkeeper coming out, and I think it's a frustrating thing when the flag comes up and they keep the on play and they don't realise that obviously the whistle was blown, and so the keeper's come out being really brave, and he just took a little bit of a knock as he's come through from the forward player.
From Harry Richardson there, who's gone over to make sure he's okay. But Smith not happy at the moment. He did take a clattering there. I mean, one of my big criticisms of the way you sometimes get in the professional game these days, Keith, is that there's a delay in the flag going up for an offside when it's a fairly obvious one. That certainly wasn't the case this time. The flag went up straight away.
Yeah, it went straight away, and I think the touch of the forward players led him to go through, and he didn't want to check it just in case he was onside. But like I say, ultimately goalkeeper's come off with a little bit of a knock from that, but seems okay. He's back on his feet, no medical treatment, so I'm sure he'll be fine.
James Thomas then takes the free kick, just plays it square. John Stone, nice control then from Silver.
Fitzy's run from deep, but
goalkeeper's come right off his line again. Richardson goes in for it, loses out, and here come the Sappers. Here's Callum Vincent, beats off one challenge, beats off two, tries to get the shot in, it's blocked.
Yeah, Vinny's starting to show his quality now. The more he gets on the ball, he's starting to unlock a lot of things, so they're going to want to keep feeding him the ball so he can control the tempo of this game.
Here's Vincent again, gets the ball from Fitzmaurice. Goalkeeper's going to have to come off his line once more. It's just so open, this game, Keith.
Yeah,
it's being played at 100 miles an hour, which is what I wasn't expecting tonight.
Yeah, it's good for the spectators, and I think this is going to be one of them things where it's going to be backwards and forwards for a while.
Well, if that penalty had gone in at 1-1, it would have made it very exciting indeed. Still loads of time to go. Of course, we've just had 24 minutes so far here at Winchester City. The Sappers leading by 1-0. That early goal scored by Liam Silver and took it beautifully in only the 2nd minute of the game. So Prince Adu then will take the throw.
It's a clear foul on ourselves there. So I think the referee's going to give a yellow card for that, and duly so. It's a little bit late. But Liam's a tough kid, so like I say, straight back onto his feet. He'll be fine. He won't want medical treatment. That's just the way Liam plays.
Yeah, it wasn't a princely challenge, was it at all? So the free kick taken and hoofed out of play in the end by McIntyre.
And he's offside. Some good little wide play, but unfortunately he's just straight offside there.
Tandy getting into all sorts of positions. He's just a little bit ahead of the defenders at the moment. At that time it was Jamie Tomlinson who had strayed into an offside position. So Alex Vasper then to take the free kick. Finds a yellow shirt, but it's won back by Callum Vincent, and that's a through ball again. Sean Taberner collects it. Vincent once more. Lovely touch from him. Offside again, though. Jordan Nicholas. That 1RHA playing a very high line, aren't they, Keith? Here.
Yeah, I think both teams are, and I think they're getting caught out quite easy. If they're not going to put pressure on the ball, as defenders, you're told to drop off, and I think they're not learning at the minute. And every time the wide players, Tomlinson and Tandy, are getting lots of space in wide areas. So it's something that they need to either stop at the source, or they need to defend the space in behind them.
1RHA will have the throw, which so I have been impressed by Dalen Henry so far, Keith. He's stood out for me with 1RHA as one of their players to look out for. Seems very, very slippery on the ball. That's a lovely touch forward again by the captain. Takes a knock, but he's up and about again. Here's Fitzmaurice and Callum Vincent. Back to Fitzmaurice.
So there we go. The engineers want to take some of the sting out of it and just keep hold of the ball for a little bit. The more scrappy the game is, the more it's going to suit 1RHA. So again, another high line from RHA.
Yeah. Silver just trying to put Fitzmaurice through there, but they'll have the throw, which Williams will take quickly. Fitzmaurice just making a bit more ground on that far side of the pitch. Tandy. Vincent. Nice through ball. And Nicholas is onside.
There's a back post.
Oh, just couldn't get it across quick enough. As 1RH should get it clear. But it's back to Callum Vincent. Trying to tee himself up for a shot. Beats off a couple of challenges. And that was an important interception there by Callum Vincent, because Henry was on his way. And here's Vincent again. That's a lovely through ball from him. Great work. And here's the captain, Fitzmaurice. Claims the handball, waved away. This is such a competitive game.
It's getting a bit scrappier again, and like I say, the Engineers are not wanting to make it scrappy, they want to play.
Silver.
Tandy's moved across to the left-hand side now.
Nicholas.
Chance.
Going through, and he touches it home. Well, that's brilliantly played by Jordan Nicholas. A second goal then for 2-3 Para Engineer Regiment. And on the half hour, they've cemented that second goal. It was really intricate work, wasn't it, that led to the goal?
Yeah, definitely. And this is what we're saying about the water break. And I think one RHA probably didn't want that water break because they were on top of the game. And after coming out for the second part of this first half, the Engineers have settled now and some good quality in their forward area to break through that final line, and then a great finish. And thoroughly deserve their second goal.
Well, you do worry that a missed penalty could be so costly for 1RHA. They could have got themselves back into the game. As it stands now, with half an hour gone, they trail by 2-0, and at the half hour we're in for our second break of this half. It does break the game up, but that might actually suit 1RHA this time, Keith.
We'll only wait and see. I think scoring just before the breaks obviously probably helped the Engineers settle now, and I think that's something that their coach will probably be talking about now. Is now we've got that 2-goal lead, we need to relax. We need to see that through till half time, and then they'll regroup, and then they'll attack the second half with maybe a little bit of a different outcome. But 1RHA have been very unlucky. I say first 15 minutes they've had the better chances. I said, as they come off of the second lot of 15 minutes, I think the Engineers have controlled the possession well. They've tried to stop the game being scrappy, and I say rightfully some good build-up play, good break towards the end, and then a really good finish to put them 2-0 in the lead.
Well, it's turning into a pretty good month of May for the Airborne boys, obviously with 3 Para taking that Army boxing title at the beginning of the month, and now 2-3 Para Engineer Regiment are well on the way to winning back the Challenge Cup that they won this time last year. And a long way to go just yet, but very satisfying for them as they conclude this second break, and we'll have exactly the same in the second half, of course, as player welfare is absolutely vital and essential. It's been so hot today down here in this part of the country. If you're watching, you'll know it's probably hotter than Cyprus here at the moment, Keith.
Yeah, it hasn't been. I mean, it's a nice day. No one ever wants to complain about the weather, but I'm sure these boys are definitely feeling out there. But looking at the pitch now, with the shade it's starting to come across the pitch, and as the night's getting on, it's going to be a lot more shadier, so it's going to be a lot more cooler. So it's definitely going to help the players, especially the second half.
It is. So Ash Foster then, just to bring everyone together, along with Gaz Dunn and Bri Russell, with Ryan Hetherington, our 4th official, looking after the other parts of things. And I'm sure that this is going to be a squad game, Keith, later on. I can't imagine that we won't see too many changes in the second half, with there's plenty of players on the bench for both sides. Yeah,
definitely, and the coaches are gonna have to utilise that right at the right time to get the outcome they need. So it's definitely, even though the Engineers are winning 2-0, still a long part left in this game. So if they get a goal back, 1RHA definitely could sweep the tie. But the Engineers have proved once they turn that ball over in transition, they're very good and very quick to attack.
So Gurung here, as 1RHA look to try and build something in this last 15 minutes of the first half here. So So we had the RAF Cup final last week, and it was RAF Leeming had to come back from 2-0 down to claim that title. They were 2-0 down at half-time. They worked really hard and won it 3-2 in the end against Wittering. So it can be done, Keith. You can go back with 2-0. 2-0 actually is quite a dangerous score in many ways, isn't it, in any level of football?
Yeah, definitely. And we always talk about that. That next goal is going to be massive for either side if the Engineers get it.
Henry plays it through. Goalkeeper's off his line, and Mitchell Smith had to be off his line quickly to stop Ferdinand Mills there from latching onto it. So the danger signs are still there. Beautiful through ball, and this time Tandy is onside.
Another good ball from Vinny. Tandy in wide
Beautiful
areas.
stuff from Tandy. Tees up his centre forward.
It's a great block by the defender there.
Nicholas looking for his second goal. They do play some lovely football. We're marvelling at the quality of their football they're playing so far, Keith.
Yeah, definitely. One RHA definitely need to get a hold of Vinny, because Vinny's controlling everything. And if they don't stop that, he's going to keep unlocking this defence and creating chances for his forward players.
Live here on our Forces News YouTube channel and on Facebook as well, on BFBS TV if you're overseas. Live here from Winchester City FC for the 2026 Army Challenge Cup final. Unfair challenge, says the referee, by Watit Mekandwari. So Callum Vincent over the ball at the moment. He's leaving it for James Thomas. Quickly taken. Here's Vincent. Nice through ball again, searching for some support. Well, Franklin Fitzmaurice was lurking with intent there. Great defensive work from Thomas there. Thomas has had the job of keeping Dalen Henry in check, and has succeeded largely, certainly in these latter stages of the first half.
Yeah, they're struggling to find his feet now. Like I say, and that plays in the Engineers' hands. If they can make it scrappy from back to front, it's going to help them so they can control possession when they get the ball.
Here's Bradley Gent. Challenged there by Jamie Tomlinson. Stone. And again, Fitzmaurice comes deeper for that.
Yeah, nice and calm from the three midfielders in for the Engineers. They'll just keep controlling the tempo.
Yeah, this 2-0 lead. They look so comfortable on the ball, do the Engineers, but
same again, good run from Tomlinson.
A long through ball, and he is onside.
Chance.
Beats the goalkeeper. Can he score it? Can he finish it? Defence in place. Oh, that's a charge through from Alex Williams there. My goodness me, they got away with it there, didn't they? 1 RHA.
Tomlinson definitely disappointed. He's had a chance to pull the trigger early and score goals, and he's cut back inside, and unfortunately hasn't felt the way he wanted it to fall.
Is the counter attack on then for 1 RHA? Richardson. Bit of a loose ball there. It was difficult for Adu to get that one.
Same again, great
now
ball
here we go, one more time. And straight away, this time, Ashley Tandy puts the ball wide. It is so open, this game. It's like a game of five-a-side, Keith.
Yeah, I think if you're 1 RHA's manager, you're not going to be happy about how easy the ball's finding the forward players. They're playing such a high line, and the midfield from the Engineers are finding loads of space in behind, and they've executed that 3 or 4 times now. So it needs to be something changed at half time to stop that threat, because they find it too easy to play through at the minute.
Richardson plays it through for Henry to chase. Henry gets it back and he will get a corner. That's really good play then from 1RHA there. Working really hard, Ferdinand Mills and Daylon Henry.
Same again, always causing a threat. They've got the ball forward early with a bit of quality, and then they've been able to try and execute a chance. But good defending by the Engineers.
So what can the Gunners do here then? Just thought, Keith, the thought just crossed my mind, this is a classic Gunners versus Sappers game, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Good for the neutral, but probably not good for the coaches on the sideline.
No. A little bit too ambitious there from Mills. Gives the ball back to the Sappers. Vincent through to Grover, sorry, to Tomlinson. Good interception. Callum Vincent again. That's a lovely ball through onto this left-hand side then from Nicholas.
He did look offside when the ball was being played, but same again, until he touches it, the assistant kept his flag down. But he was definitely offside.
He's been busy on the far side, hasn't he?
Well, he can't complain, there's no sun in his eyes now, so you definitely can see.
I actually both teams are enjoying playing on this this 3G pitch, Keith, tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I think both pivots for both the Engineers and the 1RHA getting on the ball have got good quality as well.
Vincent again, look at that. Great control of the ball. Still going, loses out in the end. Oh, that was a foul. Vincent a bit late then on Mills.
Referee just having a quick chat with him. It's probably his last opportunity before he finds himself in the book.
Yeah, no need for it really. I mean, the Sappers have got this 2-0 lead. They win it back. Oh, that's nice play from Fitzmaurice, and they're through again. But
it's a great run, just a little bit of quality from Tomlinson, and they will unlock that centre forward.
Yeah, Fitzmaurice again. Lovely through ball. Rounds the keeper, makes a good save. That is a great save from Vasper to deny Ashley Tandy.
Yeah, same again, massive gaps between the defensive line, and so Tandy's finding a lot of space there, but well done from the goalkeeper recognising it. It was off his line early. Stood his ground, didn't go to ground too early, and he's great save in the end.
Tomlinson. Nicholas. So Kyle Parker, yeah, he'll come back for the free kick for offside again. I don't think Sam Hunt will be too bothered about the number of offsides, because it just needs one to be sprung, doesn't it? And suddenly you've got another goal.
Yeah, the runs from their forward line's been very good. It is just a timing issue, and I think they get that timing right, they're probably going to score another one.
Through ball again. That's good play from Prince Adu there, but he's lost out. And here's Silver, the captain, looking for another shot, and he gets it in. Goalkeeper has to make the save.
More like a Liam Silver shot, that is. Yeah. But done well, put pressure on, got on the ball, opened himself up a good opportunity, but disappointed with the way he struck the ball there.
He'll want to be reminded of the goal that he scored, though, Keith, at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, that'll be definitely what he'll be
Keep
talking
being
about
reminded about that. Deep on that far side of the field, it's Henry again, still going, and eventually it's Bradley Gent has to turn that away. So we will have 4 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. As, Ryan Hetherington just raises the board there. Corner taken quickly. On the header, just goes wide.
Yeah, well worked corner that time to try and find Dillon at the back post. He'd be disappointed that he didn't make a good connection with that.
Akandwari fed in through there. It was a good header, but difficult for him to get that connection and to get the accuracy he needed. Here's Tandy. Challenged though by Kyle Parker, puts the ball out. (2-0) is the score. Looks like that's how it might be going in at half time. A goal for either team now will be absolutely vital for the course of this cup final. There's good control there from the Gunners, from Harry Richardson, but it's backwards and forwards in midfield at the moment.
It's a good cut inside by the wide player.
Oh, he's done well, hasn't he? It's K. Ibalfa. Sherry.
Well done for Vinny, just sweeping up, just controlling the ball down, trying to get them to relax on the ball again.
So we've got a good attendance here tonight, Keith, for this this Army Cup final. More than you normally see at probably Aldershot, I would suggest.
It's because they heard you were commentating, John, that's why.
I know they heard you were co-commentating.
Engineers again straight through the middle.
Jordan Nicholas. Yes, anything to avoid my tones. Richardson does well. Back to Gurung, and eventually finds its way back to the goalkeeper for them to try and build again. They can get a goal just before half time. One RHA would put them right back into this game.
Just a little bit of disconnect between the defenders there in the midfield, but eventually swept up by the Engineers well. And they'll want to kind of control this tempo now till half time.
Not cost them so far. They gave away that penalty, which could have made things so different. It could have been 1-1 rather than 2-0, but they can't dwell on that for too long. They've had a few chances.
It's a good press right.
It's a really good challenge now. Callum Vincent, great tackle from him.
That's a great run forward.
For the through ball.
That's good.
It will be defended well, though. Otev Lawrence does a good job there. It's absolutely end-to-end. A really good cup final, this.
So again, one RHA going to keep wanting to put pressure on to try and get that goal just before half-time.
Those of you who like your cup finals, I would say there's been more entertainment in this match so far than we had in the whole of the FA Cup final this year, Keith.
Yeah, definitely. Sloppy from the Engineers there when they had a chance to get out. RHA back on the counter-attack again.
Great chance of... Gets the shot in! Oh, and it's just wide. That was a great effort there. A really good effort there from Jerry Kaibalfa. Coming in onto that on that left-hand side. There is danger in this team, isn't there, Keith? All over the park, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Their wide players are causing issues. Like say, he's well balanced, Jerry. The fact that he can drop inside or go around the outside, and he's just shown that time he can come inside. And lucky that he couldn't get a strike on target.
And that is Half time here in this Army Cup final. Well, two cracking goals scored by the Sappers here as they go in at half time, leading by 2-0. The first one scored by their captain Liam Silver after just 2 minutes, and then James Nicholas getting the second goal as well. Beautiful move created by 2-3 Para Engineer Regiment to give them the second goal. But in between, well, it was a penalty conceded by Thomas, and the chance then for their captain, for Ferdinand Mills, to convert the penalty, which to be fair, he made a bit of a hash of, and you can't say if he slipped on a divot because there aren't any divots on this pitch, but he'll be disappointed with that. But all credit to one RHA for keeping going, and they've had their chances, Keith, in this first half.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that's what their coach should be focusing on, the fact of that they've had some good chances, they haven't finished the action off. So he'll be telling them that we need to create these opportunities, keep going, and hopefully we can turn one of them chances into goals, and we can put the pressures back on the Engineers.
Well, that is half time here. Keith, thanks ever so much for joining me this evening. We're going to take a quick break ourselves. Both sets of players, by the way, have stayed out on the pitch for this half-time team talk. We're going to take a break now and bring you some more football action as well. We've got the Woolwich Cup coming up, and also highlights from last week's RAF Cup final.
It's deflected, it's a chance, it's in.
What a goal.
Finally that deadlock is broken. Finally we have a goal. It is the scrappiest of opening goals, but it all counts. Still got the energy, and he's still got the pace. They've gone the hard way round, but they have taken a 2-0 lead into the game.
Hello, good evening and welcome back to Oxford City Football Club for the biggest prize in RAF football, the RAF Cup final. Today's finalists see North Yorkshire-based RAF Leaming up against Peterborough's RAF Wittering. Now, Leaming last took the title in 2006, with Wittering winning it 2 years later in 2008. Time then for battle to commence, all for that coveted RAF Cup, the Keith Christie Trophy.
Long ball forward, it'll be chased again by George McCowie, won't it, on that left-hand side. Comes into the penalty area, takes the shot and rattles the crossbar. Great effort there from George McCowie.
Brilliant, and George has got that in the locker. Obviously, he's so quick, he affords himself a lot of time on the ball. I think he'd been told recently as well, be a little bit more direct at times. And he's cut inside there and had a great effort off the top of the bar. Well, whoever gave him that advice, he's obviously taken it, hasn't he? It was that was a great effort there, and the goalkeeper didn't know too much about it, did Chris Lunn. Here's Dakin. That ball will go wide onto that far side of the field, and it's collected by Thomas Kearney, who gets the shot in. And again, it's a good save from the goalkeeper. Two great saves from the keeper. Plenty of height on that one. Oh, Josh General brought that second phase down really well, and brilliant defending to stop him getting a shot off. Slave gets the shot in, and it is turned into the net. Well, would you believe we do have the goal, and it's Jack Smith, I think, who's got the goal, isn't it? Wearing number 9. It looks... I think it's Harry Nichols. I think Harry Nichols has got it, number 10. So difficult to make. Yeah, he just picked it up, didn't he, Nichols? Yeah, I mean, picked up that loose ball. That cross has bounced just in front of Capey in the Leaming goal, and he spilled it a little bit, and Harry Nichols was on hand to ram it home from close range. Obviously they're keen to protect the lead they have, as well as maybe extend it. Yeah, we haven't got long left of the first half. Nichols though floats it in, and it's a second goal. That ball is put into a brilliant area. It was a beautiful header, and congratulations to Wittering. They've done them for a second time. Well, there's me saying Ryan hasn't gone up, he's their best aerial threat, and then they just score from a header. Incredible. The ball that Harry Nichols has just put in is a worldie, by the way. It's put into that absolute perfect area, so the defence are facing their own goal when they attack it, and Capey can't come for it because it's put into that little bit of an area of uncertainty, and yeah, one of them has just glanced it in.
Strong defensive challenge going in, but the referee allows play to go on, and there's a real opportunity then for Greg Dakin. Gets the shot in, good save from the goalkeeper, doesn't know where it is, and it's going to be bundled over, and it's over the line, and eventually it is Michael White, I think, who has got the goal. Well, it's the early goal that RAF Leeming wanted. It was a bit of a bundle. The goalkeeper made the save, and then he just seemed to lose track of where the ball had gone.
I mean, it's the rocket that I was talking about from a Lehman point of view. I think the keeper's done really well to keep the first one out, and then as he's gone down, he's lost track of the ball. It's spun behind him, and it's been bundled in. Lehman will take it. Yeah, but if you're Lehman and you're playing those balls forward, you try and keep them away from
and a chance here, and it is tucked away, and Bailey Vernon Higgs has got the equaliser.
And it's a great first touch, by the way, to put him in.
It was a brilliant touch from Vernon Higgs, and he created a space for himself, and there was absolutely nothing that Chris Lund could do about it. And that brings us back to 2-2. 77 minutes. By Matthew Cape, who has made 2 terrific saves in the second half. And here come Leeming again. Oh, and a chance missed. And
penalty.
It's a penalty. It was a late challenge. Well, Greg Dakin was going for it. Penalty taken and scored by Michael White. And that puts RAF Leeming 3-2 ahead.
Just stroked it, hasn't he? It's right in the corner.
Those sort of penalties, very, very difficult to save unless the goalkeeper guesses correctly.
Yeah, it's a good penalty.
Making it. Brings it back. It's this intelligent play.
Yeah.
Vernon Higgs again. And that is the last action then of this 2026 RAF Cup final. And it's congratulations to RAF Leeming, who have pulled this out of the bag. 2-0 down at half-time. They've come back and scored 3 second-half goals to win the Keith Christie Trophy. Well, so here we go. As Jack Harrison lifts high the Keith Christie Trophy. And Keith, I know, will be really proud of the way this competition has developed. 10 years since that trophy was presented in his memory. It's a happy, happy time for RAF Leeming. So congratulations to them. It's commiserations to RAF Wittering.
It's deflected, it's a chance, it's in.
What a goal.
Finally that deadlock is broken. Finally we have a goal. It is the scrappiest of opening goals. But it all counts. Still got the energy, and he's still got the pace. They've gone the hard way round, but they have taken a 2-0 lead into the game.
Ready? Are we ready? Are we ready?
Silverware winning Sappers' victory in the Woolwich Cup caps an unprecedented period for the Royal Engineers, with the Massey League title already secure thanks to an unbeaten campaign. A 2-0 win over the Royal Signals completes the League and Cup double. This year's Cup culmination took place at the training ground home of West Ham United, but the final cut a frustrating fixture for the signalmen. It was a day when the ball failed to stick. The Signals enjoyed the early chances. George Crofts looked lively, but he couldn't beat Mitchell Smith in the Engineers' goal. The two teams looked to be cancelling each other out, but gradually the Engineers grew into the contest. George Ellis tested Tom Ogg in the Signals' goal. Just moments after that chance, a turning point in the match. The Sappers' Kieran De Carluccio took a buffeting in the box, and the referee awarded a penalty. Having dusted himself down, De Carluccio dispatched his spot kick to give his side the lead. With the first half drawing to a close, the Royal Engineers added a second. De Carluccio was at the right place at the right time, with the crucial contact coming off his chest to make it 2-0. The Sappers thought they'd added a third goal after the break. Josh Peters linked up with Ryan Kenyon, but Peters had strayed offside prior to slipping the ball into the net. With the shot-shy Sigelman struggling in front of goal, the game petered out to its conclusion, with the Sappers victorious.
It means absolutely everything. Winning any game is good, but then adding silverware to kind of top off your hard work, and more importantly, it's our manager's last game in the Army, last game in the Army. So it's really good to give him a good send-off, all the hard work that he's done for us. It's good to repay him with silverware on his last season.
Special anniversary last year. So, I mean, does that sort of snowball, the effect of that celebration, 150 years since winning the FA Cup, has that helped you coming into this campaign?
Well, I think more a factor was the fact that we lost out in the league on the last game last season. So we kind of had to really show a good mentality and some good resilience to come back and then go unbeaten this season and then obviously win the Cup. So I think that's unprecedented times for us. So.
Yeah, so there you are. You know, the ammunition was there,
Absolutely,
the motivation for you. So, just finally, what does this mean to you as captain to lead this group of players and the coaching staff onto what has been such a glorious campaign?
It means everything to me. I've been fortunate enough to be captain for that's 10 years now. I've been captain, but this is easily one of the strongest groups of men and coaching staff that I've ever had on in a captain. And so I'm proud of myself, but I'm even more proud for them because they deserve it.
So delight for the Royal Engineers following their unique achievement in intercorps football.
It's deflected, it's a chance, it's in. Finally that deadlock is broken. Finally we have a goal. It is the scrappiest of opening goals. But it all counts. Still got the energy and he's still got the pace. They've gone the hard way round, but they have taken a 2-0 lead into the game.
Well, congratulations to those winners then of this season's Cup. And obviously we're in halfway stage here in the 2026 Army Challenge Cup final here. And if you're just joining us, well, 2-3 Parachute Engineer Regiment are leading 1 Regiment Royal Horse Artillery by 2-0 at half-time. And because it's gone significantly cooler here in this second half, very pleased to tell you that we'll only be having 1 water break in this second half rather than the 2. But also, if the game was to end level at full time, we would go straight to a penalty shootout competition. Obviously, hoping that's not the case, but we will keep you posted on that. Just 1 water break then in the second half rather than the 2 that we had in the first half. Those 2 goals which were scored, of course, for the Sappers by Liam Silver and James Nicholas to give them a 2-0 lead, but one RHE did missed a penalty as well. So this is still all to play for in this game. Kicking from left to right then, wearing their mauve strip, we have the Sappers. Off we go. And well, this next goal, Keith, is going to be absolutely crucial, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. 1 RHA definitely need that first goal to put themselves back in the tie. I think the Engineers will want to kind of get a goal early to settle themselves down, but it's going to be interesting how the first 10 minutes of this game is going to go.
Yeah, these next 10 minutes, critical for the course of the Cup. Williams, he finds Jordan Nicholas. And here's Fitzmaurice and Nicholas again. That's a lovely ball forward. The chase is on for Jamie Tomlinson. Jordan Nicholas, by the way, who got the second goal, not as I called him mistakenly, James. Apologies to his family and his friends. But here go the Sappers again, looking for this second goal, third goal rather. Nicholas again really put himself about, hasn't he, in these early moments of the second half. Here's Williams. But that's going to be gathered up by Alex Vasper in the 1 RHE goal. He goes long, aiming for his captain, Ferdinand Mills. on RHA started this game really brightly. They had the first chance of the match, literally in the opening seconds of the game, with Dale and Henry. If that had gone in, it would have been very interesting indeed.
Yeah, they're disappointed that they couldn't capitalise on that, and then the Engineers went down the other way and took the goal early.
Yeah, they certainly had their chances, didn't they, Keith, in that first half? And if they can get this next goal, well, it could make it very interesting. It's like
yeah, there's a couple of
rugby match, that is.
Couple awkward tackles gone in there, but I think ultimately the right decision being a foul and a free kick to 1RH. There'll be a concern that the centre half is down. He's seems to took a bit of a heavy knock, so that was definitely a concern for 1RH. He's marshalled the back line very well so far.
Yeah, Otev Lawrence has gone down there. Just turning, I think, and twisting. He's not happy. Just coming to his feet.
Yeah, I think it was a look to the bench and there was no medical staff ready to come on the pitch, so I think he didn't have much of a choice but to get back up and try and see if he can carry on playing.
So Abby Gurung, who will then take this free kick for 1RHA, takes it to the left-hand side with Kay Balfour. A dangerous-looking winger if he gets that ball. That's one into the car park there. Someone's bonnet taking a bit of a battering.
Hopefully not mine, because my car's parked near there as well. So.
Yeah. Yeah, you come out and you find there's a little dent in the windscreen.
There'll definitely be some IOU going back to Army FA, that's for sure. So again, chance. Oh,
heavy header going in. Referee
disappointed. He
allows it to go on.
There. I mean, Jerry's had a chance there with a volley, and I think he's really snatched at it. It's gone out for a throw in.
Bradley Gent to take it. And here's Callum Vincent, who really was on patrol in that first half, showing his class on the ball. Header clear from John Stone. Just the stone, not stones.
Yeah, 1RH definitely happy with the start so far.
Yeah, they've been very positive so far in these first few minutes. Looking strong. Tandy plays the ball forward then to Nicholas. Still has it as Nicholas gets the ball inside.
Well, definitely looked like a dive from where
Fitzmaurice went down a bit too easily for the referee's liking. And here is Henry, edge of the box.
Just a bit of quality needed there. He's got himself in a good area. A lot of advancing players from 1RH, and they needed a bit of quality from there. So
there's not a lot of support went in there for him to help him. Vincent, beautiful ball cleared forward and collected by the captain Liam Silver. Goes out wide onto the right hand side to Tandy. Tandy inside. There's a whole scrabble of players going in, and the one who mattered most was Jordan Nicholas, who has scored his second goal of the game, and that has put the Sappers 3-0 up here. Well, it was a beautifully worked move, wasn't it, Keith, again?
Yeah, definitely. And same again, it's come again from 1RH having good possession in the attacking third. They've turned over the ball, and the Engineers have used their quality, got down the pitch and straight into the attacking area, and then took a good finish to finish again.
A real poacher's goal, wasn't it? A real goal poacher's goal. A couple of changes being made then, one for each team. So coming on for the Sappers will be Martin Bolstridge, and he's coming on for Jamie Tomlinson, who leaves the field, and Manus Dorset's going to come on for the Gunners, and he replaces number 13, and that is Kyle Parker. So the first change is being made then, but that crucial third goal, Keith, to put the Sappers 3-0 ahead. Yeah. Difficult to see a way back now for 1RHA, but you never say never. They get the next goal, could make it interesting.
Yeah, you'd like to think the Engineers are going to want to try and take the tempo out of this again, control a bit of possession, and then look to hit them on a counter.
Bit too early for game management, isn't it? That was handball right in front of the referee's nose there from Makandwari. That third goal, so important. Here's Vincent. Wins the throw. Off for Harry Richardson. Taken quickly. Tandy. Inside to Nicholas, who, well, on the verge of a hat-trick, Keith.
Yeah, I think he could have laid that back there and maybe built with his players, but he obviously tried to be a little bit selfish and turned over the ball. Keepers out early. Bit scrappy with the defending there, but 1RHA have got to keep trying to push. They need to try and get one goal to get back, try and have some foothold in this game.
Yeah, Mills isn't going to give up. The captain, of course, he takes the throw. Is he going to go long? Can he go long? No, he's going to leave it in the end to his left back, Prince Adu, who hurls it into the box.
So
now it's nice play.
On the counter again.
Liam Silver, great captain's role he's played.
Jordan Nicholas just sat back there because he realised he was offside, so he just let it roll through.
But when you're 3-0 up, you can afford to do that.
Yeah, definitely. RHA need to come up with something to try and get themselves back in the game.
Liam Silver, and here's Vincent, Callum Vincent, but it is lost and it's won back by 1RHA. That's a lovely ball across onto the left-hand side, and in the end, Alex Williams goes for security, puts the ball out under the challenge of Devon Henry. Ball out of play, and opportunity lost then for the Gunners.
Yeah, it's kind of summed up a little bit of the 1RHA start of the second half. Is they've had a lot of kind of areas in the attacking third, but haven't really had much quality to kind of do anything with it.
Yeah, Marvin Dorset, who's come on for them. Lots of pace, which from their point of view, he's hoping they're going to put to good use. But safely in the hands of Mitchell Smith.
I think Bolly would have been onside there if he had a bit of quality go through. Same again, 1RHA playing a very high line. It's going to be dangerous. They've been picked off a couple of times trying that technique, and I don't think they're still learning from it.
Pasper goes long. It's only got a Sapper's head on that. Little push there. Nice control, but given away. Nicholas. Nice control again, and brilliantly collected and won by the captain. By Silver. Williams. 1RHA still trying to push for that goal that will give them just an outside chance of getting something into this game. Just a bit frantic at the moment, aren't they, Keith? You know, it's not surprising there. Obviously, they've got a huge deficit to make up, and they're desperate to get that ball forward.
Yeah, it's just I think they're just getting it forward in areas rather than having a little bit of quality. But Engineers put themselves under pressure trying to play out from the back.
Yeah, John Stone trying to tidy up the damage. That's really good work from Nicholas there. And again receives the 1-2. Takes the 1-2-3. They're still going. That's a fine challenge from the captain. Nicholas again, he's back everywhere, all over the place at the moment. Tandy put through now on this right-hand side. Gets the cross. Oh, and that's beautifully taken. A magnificent goal there, and that's a substitute, Martin Bolstridge, who's just come on and has put the ball in the net. Beautifully worked on that right-hand side. And at 4-0, Keith, you have to say, I don't think that there's any way back now for 1RHA.
No, definitely not. And same again, we talk about quality in the boxes and the attacking third, and although both teams have had good chances, the Engineers have showed their quality and how clinical they are in that final box, and deservedly 4 goals. Really great finish by Bolly.
So 4-0 then to the Sappers here as they head towards retaining the trophy that they won last season.
Yeah, they've shown some really great quality, especially in their midfield, and when they've had chances to break the lines, they've broke it effectively, and so some deliveries in the box. The last 2 goals have been typical wing play, finding spaces in the channels, good cross delivery, and 2 good finishes.
Suspect they're not finished yet. It's
good play by 1RH here. Same again, they do well to get into the final third, and when they get in the final third, they just seem to not have any ideas. Keep giving the ball away and turning it over to the Engineers.
Yeah, just had a few notes about who'll be doing the presentations at the end of the game, so getting it absolutely right.
So again, another high line, and Tandy's finding himself space on his own. But Engineers are looking to build rather than looking to break. And off we go again.
And here they go once more. And this is Alex Williams. Williams through again, beaten off 3 or 4 challenges. He's going all the way, is he? And he's got the shot in. And that was eventually snuffed out by Alex Vasper in goal. But great work then from Alex Williams.
Great run from the right back. I think he had a couple of opportunities to feed Tandy in and choose to go on his own, and nearly got his just reserves at the end.
It's what confidence does for you, Keith, isn't it, really? They are so confident at the moment. Oh, the Sappers here, absolutely loving this. Leading 4-0 in this Army Cup final.
Now they're trying to let's take the sting out of it a little bit and maybe try and bring 1RH onto them so they can have it playing behind again.
We've had just over an hour's play here.
Got untidy from Silver, giving the ball away in them areas.
Yeah, they can't afford to be complacent here. Lawrence still going. Loses out in the end though.
Same again.
Nicholas with a beautiful ball through. Tandy chasing after it, and he gets the better of his defender. Looks for some support and finds it. In the form of the goal scorer from the last goal. Well,
yeah, I don't think the keeper had much opportunity there. He's scared that if he picked it up, it would have been a back pass, but dealt with it.
Yeah, Martin Balstridge, he was pushing towards getting his second goal of the game. He's taken a bit of a knock. I think he's just taking a bit of a... That'll be a corner. And that's, I think, that is only the first corner of the game that 2-3 have had in the whole match, Keith. That's their first corner of the game. Haven't needed them, have they?
No, I think I say every other opportunity they've had, it's either gone out for a goal kick or they've scored. So this will be interesting what they're going to do for this. So they've gone short. A good setback.
Vincent puts a low cross in, but
Vincent will be unhappy with that delivery there. He could have picked out a couple of people at the back post and looked for the drive across the box, which was defended well by one RHA.
It'll be then a throw in on that near side, which Franklin Fitzmaurice takes, goes inside the box crucially. Danger not over yet for the Gunners. Silva spreads it across. Good work from Henry. And that's nice play from Manduare. Still has it. Just looking for some support. Finds it in the form of Dalen Henry. Here he goes. He's not stopped all game. He's just beginning to look a bit tired. Some of these one RHA players
now, and he's starting to drop it a little bit deeper, and that's the one place they don't really want Dalen. They need him right up so they can play him into a target man. I think he's getting a little bit frustrated, dropping a little bit deeper.
Yeah, he's having to look for the ball where he was actually receiving some quality stuff in the first half. But 2-3 are completely in control here of this cup final. They lead by 4 goals to 0. If you're just joining us live here on our Forces News YouTube channel, the game kicked off at 7:30, half an hour later than billed because of the heat we've had here all day. Players will be taking their drinks break in just a few moments' time.
So again, sloppy from one RHA. They work hard to get the ball back, and then as soon as they get the ball back, they hand it straight back to the engineers.
Here's Callum Vincent.
Same again, great ball in that wide area.
Gent. Here's Vincent. Nicholas goes in there, and so does Fitzmaurice again. Goalkeeper's there first, though. Richardson. Just a bit too ambitious there from Dorset.
And again, they can't keep giving Vinny time on the ball. He's just going to keep looking to play in behind them.
Man from heaven for him, isn't he? He's through ball. That'll be chased hard again by Bowstridge, and he keeps it in play. He's already got 1 goal. Can he get a second? Cut out though well in the end. This game just opening out here. Callum Vincent goes for goal, but it's over the board. It was over the bar. It was worth a try.
Yeah, definitely ambitious from Vinny from that range, and I think that's something that he probably wouldn't regret trying to do, especially when he's got more quality in that.
When you're 4-0 up though, you can throw caution to the wind a bit, can't you?
Yeah, definitely. People trying things that they probably wouldn't try in the normal 90 minutes.
So much space then for Callum Vincent. Nice control from him. Touches his outside to Gent. Nicholas challenging hard. Won back though by the Gunners here. Here's Richardson. Aim for this left-hand side, and Dorset
Same again, just a little bit of quality in that final third for one RHA, what they're lacking.
A bit of shirt tugging going on there. I think in different circumstances that might have encouraged a yellow card, but referee deciding not, as Prince Sadu there goes down. And with that, we have our drinks break for the second half. Keith, so it's pretty comfortable, pretty plain sailing for the Sappers at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I think after the first initial 5 minutes, it was a bit scrappy. And well, I think we said all along is you give the Sappers a chance to play behind, and they've done that. They've executed their game plan, which is to use their forward players, use the space they've got, and well deserve the goals they've scored. And I think they've controlled it. They're starting to control the tempo even more as they go through.
Another change being made at this stage. Harry Richardson is going off. Sorry, it's Frank. Yeah, Richardson is going off for and replaced by Jamie Molam at number 18. So a striker coming on then for one RHA. Strength and passion into the front line, known for his ability to hold the ball up before joining an attack. Having played for the regiment for over 8 years, he's one of the most experienced players on the pitch. Gets his chance then as a substitute, and I
think one RHA are going to hope that he's going to have some impact in the game, especially the way the game is going at the minute. So they need to change something, and hopefully this might be a positive change for them.
Well, it looks like they're going to go two strikers up front then, if Henry stays up there as well. But it's a late change then into this last corner of the game. 2 second half goals, of course, for the Sappers here, with Jordan Nicholas getting his second goal of the game, and then Martin Baustridge getting his goal to make it 4-0. You just wonder whether one RHA may be looking for consolations here now, Keith, but never say never in this game.
Yeah, they're going to want something. I think they deserve at least a goal in the game, the way they played, especially the first half. Yeah. So
I'd agree with that, but they may not get that opportunity as Vincent goes down under a challenge. Referee allows play to go on. Nicholas touches that off a one RHA defender, and it'll be a throw on that far side, which Bradley Gent will take.
It's still surprising they haven't really thrown cautious to the win one RHA yet. They've still kind of left one up front, which quite surprising with the current score. They might go and be a little bit more braver, but I think the engineers they're taking the sting out of it a little bit and just looking to enjoy the football a bit more.
John Stone. Loads of room. Silva puts Vincent through. Callum Vincent into the box, and he goes for goal again.
It's a great run opened up for him there, and he drove into space with pace and power, and I think he'd be disappointed that he didn't hit the target there.
Not the sort of player that you can allow any time on the ball. So Finn and Lloyd Butler is due to come on for the Sappers, and he's going to replace Franklin Fitzmaurice. Vincent.
So again, engineers just enjoying the ball,
Stone.
Just looking to build around the block.
Well, as it stands, the Airborne Engineers flying high here with a 4-0 lead into the last 20 minutes of this game, this cup final. I don't think we're going to need a penalty competition to settle the 124th Army Challenge Cup.
There's a chance.
Well,
Good
he was
save
brought
by
on
the
as a
goalkeeper.
substitute, wasn't he? He was Jamie Molam, and made the goalkeeper work.
It's gone for a
And
corner.
They have a corner, and that will be the change. So, Finn Lloyd Butler coming on, wearing number 17, and he will replace the man wearing number 8 for the Sappers, Franklin Fitzmaurice. Shot comes in.
Yeah, I think the coach has held off on the substitution while that set piece has been taken, so I think they delayed that substitution, but he is here on the sideline waiting to come on, so I think the next time the ball goes out they might get that opportunity.
Williams finds Nicholas. Nicholas will go back to Stone. And here's Vincent. Come on, Vincent, with acres of
Tandy
space.
again.
And that's, well, you knew what he was trying to do. He was trying to put Ashley Tandy through there, down the middle. Lawrence. Gurren. Well, he's already made a bit of his mark on the game, hasn't he, the substitute, but he gives the ball away there. Nicholas just offside. And we will have the change now, will we? The referee has not spotted it, so play goes on. James Thomas gets that through. Nicholas tries to collect it. And he wins out. That's really nice work from Lawrence there. Through ball. Just going backwards and forwards at the moment.
And poor Finn Lloyd is still not playing now, but they get his chance to come onto the pitch. He's been waiting here now for at least 5 minutes, waiting to come on, waiting for the ball to go out.
Oh, late challenge. The referee's brought it back, and that will be the opportunity then now for the change to be made. So Franklin Fitzmaurice plays his last part in this cup final. My goodness me, he's put a shift in. And he's replaced by Finn Lloyd Butler.
Looks like Finn Lloyd's gone straight at the centre forward, and they've dropped back Jordan Nicholas.
Here's Callum Vincent. Nice little 1-2 with Alex Williams. Dorset back to his goalkeeper. Quick throw then for the Gunners, but it's intercepted. Brilliant work from the captain, and here straight away is
Finn Lloyd.
Finn Lloyd, yeah. And,
Disappointed he had a
well,
chance there to pull the trigger, and he's looked to try and cut it back.
almost his first touch of the ball for Lloyd Butler there, but just cut out by the defence in the end. But they'll win it back, and here comes Ashley Tandy. That's good defensive work though from the Sappers, from the Gunners there. Nice work from Adu. Here's Gurun. Nice control from him. That's a lovely ball out onto this left-hand side then for Dorset. But he can't make the most of it. And
something he's not going to want to be reminded of when he watches that back on camera, definitely.
Yeah, he'll be turning away, won't he?
But same again.
But it was a lovely bit of skill, though, nevertheless, from
Abby Gurung.
yeah, from Gurung there.
Been really impressed with his technical ability in that middle of the park. Really accomplished player in there. So he's been very important for 1RHA, and it's a pity they haven't got him on the ball more.
Well, these 4 goals take the Gunners' scoring for this Army Cup competition this year to 21 goals scored in effect 4 games, which is pretty impressive work.
Yeah, definitely happy with them kind of numbers, especially as a coach, that you're creating them opportunities and you're scoring that amount of goals in that short space of time.
They're going to make another change now as well, with Adam Irving coming on, wearing number 18. And the man who's going to come off is John Stone. That's good work again from the Sappers, just snuffing out any semblance of a move then from one RHA. Just trying to find their way through, but it's a solid defensive wall for the Airborne boys.
Again, one RHA having a little bit of a spell, but they just keep turning the ball over too many times, which is allowing the Sappers to get their foot back on it again. Yeah,
at times they've shown some quality, but just been lacking there. That's a chance then coming through for the number 12 for them, for Dorset there. But good defensive work again, great goalkeeping. Just keeping them out, and I think at this stage they just want to keep a clean sheet, don't they?
Yeah, I think that's it. More important for goalkeepers and defensive players that they keep a clean sheet, so they'll definitely take pride in that.
There's going to be another change as well, with Buan Papa coming on as well for the Sappers. But John Stones is coming off. Another change being made by one RHA as well. Just seeing the change. They're making a couple of changes. So numbers 14 and 15 are coming on for them. Going off for them is Prince Adu. So Gurun coming off. He's had a good game. He's being replaced by Jack Torrens has come on for one RHA. So a flurry of changes, Keith. Yeah. Difficult to keep up with it.
Yeah, and Ash Tandy's just come on, and Thapper's has come on for his replacement. So Ash Tandy's had a good game. Yeah. Chance to give Thapper a good run out now, and straight into
the
play.
Here he goes again.
Oh. Commentator's curse hits the back of your heel, goes out for a throw-in.
Yeah.
So we'll take that one on us, not him.
There's not much you can do about that. I think it just came a little bit too quickly for him. Around 10 minutes to go then. The offside flag goes up against Thapper. They carry on playing these high lines, both of these teams, so the game really stuck in midfield at the moment. That's a header going up from Jamie Molam. One RHA will get the throw. Dorset. Henry beats off one challenge. Oh, and he hit the crossbar. That is so unfortunate.
I think if anyone deserves a goal, it's definitely him. The way he's played, he's always been a threat. So very unlucky that it just hit the woodwork.
Well, he worked so hard on that one, did Elon Henry. But straight away, then the Sappers now charging up the field with their substitute into the box. Nicholas turns and scores his hat-trick. That is magnificent stuff from Jordan Nicholas there, and that's made it 5-0. Basically, you had you had the Gunners hitting the crossbar, and then moments later, Nicholas then getting his hat-trick, and that was beautifully taken goal. Well, 5-0. It's turned into a bit of a thrashing, hasn't it, Keith?
Yeah, it's kind of been the story of the game. It's every time RHA have gone through and they've had possession in the final third, they've turned the ball over, whether it's a shot or whether they've lost possession, and the Engineers have hit them on the counter-attack and scored again. So Finlow's got a chance now. Ooh. Looked like a handball from here, but the referee may not have seen it. I don't think his view was sighted from where he was stood. The bench is definitely not happy with it.
I must admit that Jordan Nicholas has been had a stormer of a second half. Apart from the 3 goals, 2 of which he scored in the first half, of course. He's been all over the pitch, and he's been back up in the defence, he's been in midfield, and his finishing has been absolutely superb. There's been some outstanding performances today from the airborne sappers, haven't there, Keith? You know, absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, they've showed that they've got quality in all areas, and I think, like I say, their midfield 3 have been pivotal for that, and especially their front 3 have been really effective today. So I think the back 5 are going to want to make sure they finish the game with a clean sheet. So, and then that'll be an all-round performance from 1 all the way through to the finishes of the game as well.
I mean, we'll look back at it and maybe say 5 is a bit harsh on 1 RHA who've not given up at all. They've just carried on playing, trying to play their game, but been outclassed in the end. And it's going to be yet another change, the last change that the sappers can make, and that's going to be Rob Grover's going to come on very shortly in these last few moments. Here they go again, looking for a 6th. Here's Nicholas one more time. Finds his captain, finds
I think a bit of a laboured pass there from Liam. Especially he's worked hard to get into that area. He'd be disappointed that he didn't find Jordan there.
Nicholas again wins it well, finds Vincent. Referee says play on. In we go into the box. Oh, and that could have gone just about anywhere.
That's great defending there.
Finn Lloyd Butler did really well with the cross. And, well, we're going to have this final change then for the airborne sappers. And the man coming off for them is Alex Williams. He'll be replaced by Rob Grover. And another change as well. Callum Neat is going to come on as well. And Jordan is coming off. Jordan Nicholas, the hat-trick hero for the sappers. He's coming off as well. So it's been a terrific performance from him. 3 great goals in this 5-0 spanking that they have had of 1 RHA. Well, it's almost like they've changed every single player in there, or made every member of the squad have had a chance of the game. We make it that they've had 6 substitutions, 7 substitutions. Yep. So obviously it was arranged, obviously with the heat, maybe that they were allowed to make so many changes today, which is fair enough. But it's a lovely evening now, isn't it, Keith? I mean, it's nice and comfortable. Most comfortable I've felt for the last 2 or 3 days, to be fair, standing outside.
It's definitely a lot cooler, so I think the players are starting to enjoy it more now from the kind of heat they had to play in with the first half. So,
well, certainly 2-3 Parachute Engineer Regiment are enjoying themselves, no doubt about that. Leading 5-0 here in this Army Cup final. And still they look for more. Well, that was a
lazy tackle, I think, which is, I think, may find himself in the book.
Tev Lawrence, I think, is going to see a yellow card for that. It was unnecessary, really, on Liam Silver.
I think we're going to see a few more of these. I think, especially as legs are starting to get tired, and I think there's going to be a few labour challenges, and it's just a I think just a timing issue. I think he's just a little bit late with that, and I think we're going to see a few more.
I think it is a yellow card that is being shown there by Ash Foster. So the Sappers, I think, have made all their 7 changes now. Creeping in towards the box is Callum Neat, as Vincent takes the throw on the end of it. It's knocked forward by Rob Grover.
Oh, well, it's managed to go through. Now is a chance.
Now a chance then for Manduakre. Still going.
Runs by the engineers to all get back in. If you look,
he's
9,
controlled
10
it
players
well
around the ball. That's good recovery by the engineers, especially they've managed to get 9 players straight behind the ball and stop the counter-attack from one RH here.
And they're still going. Let's play from Grover. Shielding the ball well. And it's interesting that Ferdinand Mills, the captain, has gone back in almost into a left-back position here, Keith, hasn't he? He's moved across from the right wing to the left back.
Yeah, I think that's just with some of their substitutions. Unfortunately, they've had to probably make a bit of positional changes to allow other players to come on. So that's probably why the captain's been sacrificed to play in a more defensive role.
Yeah. Damage limitation, perhaps. Cross comes in from the left-hand side from Bradley Gent. Gunners try to bring it forward, but they're stopped in their tracks. There's Bowstridge, got the crucial 3rd goal for the Sappers to put them 3-0 ahead. Oof, my goodness me, you felt that challenge there from our position. It was Marvin Dorset.
So the bench aren't happy, but it was definitely a foul. He didn't play any part of the ball, he played the man, unfortunately, so...
Mills then will take the free kick. Well, there were clearly Sappers fans there, didn't agree with that, but it, as you say, Keith, it looked like a clear foul.
Yeah, definitely, it was right in front of us. I think, obviously, being impartial as we are, we could see that was a foul, but engineer boys obviously wanting the decision to be theirs.
Captain then takes the free kick, floats it in towards the box. And that goes skywards. Rob Grover. Rob Grover does get the free kick in the end.
To the delight of the engineer bench, after not getting one decision they wanted, they got the second one, which was again another foul.
Callum Vincent. Papa. So just 2 minutes of stoppage time for the Sappers to, with all the substitutions we had, we should probably have at least 4 minutes, but I don't think anyone's going to really complain about that, particularly on the Sappers side of the team, as Liam Silver puts the ball out wide onto this right-hand side. Grover, well tackled in the end.
Oh, he's through.
Comes across. Oh, and it is a 6th goal.
Martin Bolstridge
well,
again.
Bolstridge has got his second goal. My goodness me, 6-0.
Well, you said there was going to be goals, John, so you were right to your word. 6 goals in that, and I think the chances that they've created, it's only deserved by the engineers. They've been clinical in that final third, and especially in wide areas, their cutbacks have been very good, and they've scored 3 great goals from that.
They have indeed. His second goal. And, well, you have to say 6-0 is a little bit harsh. on 1RHA, who've played their part in this cup final, but they have been taken apart really by the clinical performance. And these Army representative players have shown their class, haven't they, tonight, Keith, without any shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, definitely. And it's the beauty of having three really accomplished midfielders in that midfield. I think all three of them have had their equal parts to play in that game and controlled it. And I think Callum Vincent's definitely been a standout player for them. He's controlled the tempo, and he's found his forward players with great opportunities. And I think 1RHA is probably one of the last chance they're going to get from this free kick before we draw close to the game.
Yep. And the trophy to be presented. Free kick then floated into the right-hand side. Can they get on the end of it? It's a real scramble and it's cleared.
Yeah, I think the Engineers back four and the goalkeeper definitely want to try and shut this out, make sure they keep a clean sheet, so they'll do everything they can now to make sure they keep that for the end of the game.
Ash Foster looks at his watch, the referee again, and here's Callum Vincent breaking clear. Ball goes clear once more, a chance then now on this right hand side with Rob Grover.
Ash Foster looking at his watch again, so we must be into the dying seconds now.
So throw in then, and that is the last action of the 2026 Army Challenge Cup final. Well, my goodness me, I don't think we expected to be a 6-0 victory, but that's what we've had here. Another 6 goals here in this Army Cup final, and it's huge congratulations to the airborne sappers here who have dominated this 124th Army Cup final with a superb performance here. Goals galore, 2 in the first half, and we've had 4 in the second. Just going through, Liam Silver getting the first one after just 2 minutes. The writing was on the wall, wasn't it, Keith? Really right early doors with the way that this game was going. But so easily, the 1RHA could have been back in the game. They had a penalty, which was missed, and it kept it at 1-0. And then Nicholas adding the first of his hat-trick of goals to make it 2-0 at half-time. Nicholas then added a third, before then we had that all-important Bulstridge goal. He came on as a substitute, and not long after he put the ball in the back of the net for 4-0. And then it was 5. Nicholas completing his hat-trick, and Martin Bulstridge again adding his second goal. So 6-0. But Keith, you know, that is a domineering performance, isn't it, at the end of the day from the Sappers? Yeah,
definitely. And I think, like you say, that they've showed their quality throughout today. They controlled the game in large parts. It got scrappy. When it got scrappy, 1RHA had their chances, and unfortunately they weren't clinical. And if you're not clinical against a good side, you'll get punished. And as the game went on, the Engineers showed their clinical side, and they created more opportunities, and then ultimately finished their actions off, and hence why we're 6-0, and deservedly so, by the way the Engineers controlled the game.
But this, if you look at particularly the goals in the second half, so much great movement down the right-hand side. The ball crossed into space and clinically tucked away from close range. I think it was only a couple of the goals which were from outside the box, weren't they?
Yeah, definitely, and that shows you their threat, and they use their threat to their advantage, and they work the ball into them areas, and working the ball into the areas they know they'd create opportunities, and their runners, the timings of their runs, coming onto the ball, and their clinical finishing, and ultimately it's put them goals and put them ahead to finish the game as it is with 6-0.
It has indeed, you know, I think that when you consider the conditions that we had at the start of the day here, with the temperature so hot, I think both teams have produced a terrific cup final for us, haven't they? So entertaining.
Yeah, definitely, and I think the Engineers showed their fitness throughout. I think as as the game got on, the engineers seemed to get stronger, where one RHA, unfortunately, they started fatigue, and that was shown in their kind of lack of quality towards the end. But they should be proud in the way they performed to get to their first cup final. They need to take pride with that, and I'm sure that's something that the coaches will be telling these players is they've done really well to get where they are, and unfortunately they've just fell short against a really dominant performance from the engineers.
Well, hopefully we won't have too long to wait for the presentations. We will stay live for this the presentation of the medals to both teams, and of course to the officials who've done such a great job for us this evening. And we will stay obviously for the lifting of the cup live this evening before we take our leave of you tonight. Lots of applause going on away to our left from the Sappers, who obviously congratulating themselves on a dominant performance here. Not just the goals, Keith, but the way that they have played tonight. They've looked so much in control, haven't they, for the majority of the game?
Yeah, definitely, and that's what they've got, their experienced players. They use their experienced players to maximum effect, and they were able to control the game in large parts, and that helps when you've got that experience and you've got their professionalism within their ranks, that they can use that to maximum effect. And unfortunately, one RHA couldn't deal with that in large parts of the game.
Be interesting to see who the VIP selectors their player of the match here. Quite a few candidates, aren't there?
Yeah, definitely, and I think there's always an argument for each and every one of them. Not many people get to score hat-tricks in the cup final, so Jordan Nichols is definitely going to be up there. I think, for me, on the way he controlled the game, my personal choice would be Callum Vincent. I think Callum controlled the game, and everything that the engineers did, it came through him. But so many good candidates from them, especially any of their midfield three or their forward line. But I think if you're a striker and you've scored a hat-trick and you don't get man of the match, you'll definitely be disappointed.
Yeah. Liam Silver as well. I thought that the captain played a terrific game today. Ashley Tandy on this right hand side, and he had a really excellent performance. And at the back as well, they looked very, very strong as well, denying any opportunities really for one RHA. As far as they're concerned today, there were a couple of standout players as well from the Gunners, weren't there, Keith, as well? I was really impressed with Daylon Henry, their central striker, particularly in the first half. I thought he had a really good game, and also Gurung, Abhi Gurung, the number 17 for them. He played well, as did Prince Adu as well. So a lot for the Gunners to take away from here. This was their first cup final. They've had a terrific Army Cup this season, haven't they? So, you know, they should go away from here with heads held high.
Yeah, definitely. And that's something they'll look to build on for next season. So I'm sure that's something that they'll want to do. And there's probably plenty of them within their ranks who'll probably be looking on to play kind of core football for their Gunners representative sides as well as what the engineers have.
Well, I think it's going to be time for the presentations very shortly. The first of those presentations will be made, I think, for our match officials this evening. Sergeant Ash Foster from One Mercian, Captain Gareth Dunn from the REME, and Sergeant Bri Russell from the RAMS, Royal Army Medical Service. And the fourth official, Sergeant Ryan Hetherington from the RLC as well, who've done a sterling job this evening. Their medals will be presented by Colonel David Jones, who's the chair of the Army Football Association. So I think we're just about ready for that to happen. So Richard Wyeth, who's looking after things on the far side of the pitch. So match officials then come forward to receive their trophies for their efforts tonight. And
I thought all the officials officiated the game really well. They let the game flow. There wasn't many conscious decisions that need to be made. I thought they managed the game throughout, and I think it made an entertaining cup final.
And I think as well, really important to remember that they were keeping a very close eye on the well-being, the welfare of all the players, particularly, you know, early on when it was still very hot. So thanks to them. Without the officials, we don't have Army football or any Army sport or military sports at all. The next presentation is going to be for the player of the match, which will be presented by Major General John Swift, who's the Vice President of the Army Football Association, and also. So you're quite right that General John is going to present that medal to Nicol, who well deserves it for that terrific hat-trick that he scored. It wasn't just for, I think, Nicholas, his goals, but also his contribution to the game in all areas of the pitch. Keith, was true.
He worked extremely hard both in and out possession and took his 3 goals well, so deserved player of the match.
So the runners-up medals now then, all those medals are going to be presented by Pam Howson of the sponsors. Runners-up medals stepping up for 1 RHA. Who wants runners-up medals, Keith? You didn't have too many of those, did you, in your career?
Yeah, fortunately I didn't. But I think if you look at that from a player perspective, is the fact that they've got to a first cup final, so they should be extremely proud, irrespective of the result. To get to a final on its own merit is good enough. So I'm sure these will be cherished by these players.
Well, I think the way they've got to the cup final as well, they've scored so many goals, they've really lit up this tournament. And of course, they beat last year's beaten finalists as well en route, so they'll be back. I'm absolutely sure. If Aaron Shirtcliffe can keep that team together, those players, that core of that team, they'll be challenging for the Army Cup next year. Winners' medals now then going to be presented to the successful, glorious 2-3 Parachute Engineer Regiment, retaining the trophy. It doesn't happen too often, does it, in these modern times, that the same team retains the Army Cup, Keith? So it's again, it's a great achievement for them.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, like I say, they've showed how good they have been in the last couple of years, and I think fortunately they've probably been able to retain a lot of that winning squad from last year to build into this one. So it's definitely something that they'll be looking to try and make it a hat-trick next year. So I'm sure that as a regiment that they'll take massive pride in winning it two years on the bounce, and that'll push them on to try and make it a third next year.
Yeah, that of course will be something very special. That doesn't happen very often again in down the line in the history. And of course next year will be the 125th Army Cup final. So finally then we come to the presentation of the Army Challenge Cup 2026, which of course will go to the flying paras, sappers, and it'll be Liam Silver who has the job of receiving that trophy from the chair of Army Football, from Colonel David Jones. Here we go then. Great moments. He's not sure where to go, but you can see that trophy being presented there. That is happiness for you. That is delight for you. They've won 6-0. They thoroughly deserve the victory tonight. And with that, we are going to take our leave of you. Keith, I'd like to say a huge thank you for joining us this evening. I know you'd much rather be out there, wouldn't you, playing? But you know, you've had a fantastic career in Army football, and obviously other civilian football as well, and we're delighted to have had you alongside this evening. It's been a great joy for me to have you here, and so thank you very much indeed for joining us.
No, the pleasure is all mine. Thank you for having me.
And I'll take what you said about the fact that so many people were here to enjoy the game, so they didn't have to hear our commentary tonight. But from Keith and myself and all the team here this evening, and from all our team at BFBS Sport, we thank you very much indeed for joining us, and we will see you again very, very soon for loads more live sport. From all of us here, it's a very good night.